Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I'm back today with a haul from Sam's. I don't know how many of y'all are members of Sam's Club. We've been a member of Sam's for, I don't know, 30, pardon me, over 30 years. My husband and I became members when he was still in the military, and then we just kept it up all these years. And there are some really great buys. There are some things that are, oh, they're okay. And there are things that were fantastic even a year or two ago, and the price has gone up. But I do get a few key staple things there every now and then. Some basic fruits and vegetables because we're vegetarian. And I do get our Parmesan there. And is that it? Maybe butter every now and then. But the plant-based milks and things like that, they're not always a great deal for what we like and what we use. But they're getting better. They have more organics, more alternative things. And so hopefully it's going to kind of, I don't know, keep going in the best way forward. We live in a small town off a smaller city, so our Sam's isn't as big as like the big city ones. So, but I did find some great things there. I am going to share some really basic things, and you're going to kind of go, what? Well, so I've always had a subscription to Magnolia Journal since they came out, and somehow it lapsed. So I have put off and put off and put off and put off buying this, but I think it's either 30 or 33% off of every single magazine of the newspaper stand price. So that's a really good deal. So I picked up Pioneer Woman, and I picked up First for Women. So these are all magazines that I enjoy. I don't always get time to read magazines, and I've really gotten behind this last, couple of 3 years. When everything kind of settles down this summer, my goal is to catch up on all my magazines, read them, one a week, and then just get rid of whatever I'm finished with and save the articles I want to save and just kind of clear out. But I know I picked up 3 more. But I mean, these are for my trip. These are from when we go to the wedding. So I'm really excited about these. Now, by the time this video shows, we will have made a wonderful announcement. So I am going to share a couple other things, and then we're going to get into that. So, my creative year 365 daily inspirational prompts to explore the artist in you. I'm going to get my crafty on. So, and many of you know this, I've shared some things. Come June, it's a whole new year, and I am so thankful. In June, we will hopefully have, everything will have cleared through the courts. The estate will be closed, except for the year after where we have to kind of just, make sure that everything's good. As far as, if there were any outstanding debts that we couldn't find. But at this point, I feel like I've turned over every single stone that possibly could have been there. And we extended it, so we really have been extremely thorough. But once that's over, it goes, passes through the courts. I think the end of it is the 1st of June, hopefully before. But after that, when we get back from the wedding, I am going to be cleaning and organizing my house for the next year, doing renovations, and getting my crafty on. So 365 daily inspirational prompts. Cannot wait. It was $10.98. It was regularly $16.99. So I'm going to hold that up there in case you want to see any numbers off of it, but I'm super excited. The other thing I got was 100 devotions, happiness to brighten your day. I know that when this closes out, there will be a sense of relief in that I will finally be able to kind of move forward in my life. But I do know that there will be a sadness too, because I have kept very, very, very busy throughout the end of my parents' lives, through all of that. And I was talking to a sibling last night, and they were saying, I'm the only one that hasn't been able to move on. And I said, well, I don't know that I've moved on. I just kept busy. And part of the way I mourned was to work through my sadness. And I know that sounds terrible to so many people, but it was what I knew to do. And the job had to be done. And it's been pointed out to me by those who are experts in this arena. You were the one. You were the one to do it. You were the one all those years. And if it hadn't been for you, it just wouldn't have been done. And I don't believe that. I think somebody else would have stepped in. But in reality, I did know my parents very well, and I did have a working knowledge of how my dad thought, and so it did help. Anyway, so I have found joy in the journey. I've talked about that. I even talked about it at the class I went to this weekend with Amy Tangerine, and there was joy in the journey. But I want to focus on happy things and keeping my mind on things above and not on the things of this earth, Colossians 3:2, and keeping my mind on what is pure and lovely and holy and all of that. I mean, not that we're not in reality and we don't deal with reality every day. We still do. But it's time to find a different journey now. So, and that brings me to the next part. Well, by the time this video shows, our sweet daughter and her fella got married in January, and they didn't tell us, and we are very happy for them. They wanting to still go ahead and have the wedding next month in the Southwest, but a month or more later, after they got married, they became mommies and daddy, became mommy and daddy. And so, of course, they just found out here not too long ago, and they told us several weeks ago, but I just couldn't say anything. It's still, when I am making this video, it's still not announced. So, and we found out yesterday morning, she's a girl. So, I had bought this last weekend, before Monday. And so, and I thought, well, somewhere along the way, one of my children's going to have a baby girl. So, anyways, I love this. Daddy's Little Princess. I got this at Sam's. Regularly $26. I paid $5.98 or $5.96, something like that. Seriously. And then this was what got me. Isn't that sweet? And it's going to have it has long arms, and the baby's going to be due in almost around December. So I figured these were beautiful. And then look at the little ruffle bottom and that cute little tutu, and the little dots match both. So anyways, I figured this will keep her nice and warm, and then she'll have her pink, and she'll have her tutu. And her mommy when she was little loved tutus. So I love this, and I'm so thankful that not only we found out that she's healthy, because as many of you know, my daughter and now son-in-law were very ill with pneumonia, and we were all just like, and I didn't say a word. My husband and I would just pray quietly, and we didn't even say hardly anything to each other, but we just need to pray. And they called Monday morning. My husband happened to be off work the day after Easter, and they told us, and we were so excited, and it's just such a blessing. So we have a little grandbaby girl coming. So anyway, so this is so sweet. I wanted to show that, and this was at Sam's, and then I also picked up this, and this is a really neat book. Well, all you guys that are part of my channel know that I'm a teacher by profession, and I believe heavily in reading to babies. Even in utero, I believe in reading to babies and playing music for babies. And I was a musician, and so I love classical music. I love Christian music. I love hymns. And so anyways, I believe that there's brain development as a result of music. Music is math, if you didn't know that. I'm sure many of you know more than I do. But anyway, so I also believe in reading to children, and with it being Easter weekend, this past weekend, I wanted to, or Resurrection Sunday, this past weekend, I saw this book, and I saw a lot of Easter books. Well, we really more celebrate Resurrection Sunday. We are Messianic Jewish, but we believe Jesus is the Messiah. He was who the Jews were looking for. And anyways, and we celebrate more the feasts than we do regular holidays, though we do celebrate Christian because Jesus was born, and Christmas because Jesus was born, and we celebrate Resurrection Sunday, and anyways, which is Easter. But I love this one because this one went from birth to the cross to the resurrection. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this could be year-round. So I was telling my daughter today, because she was telling us, well, there's going to be a cap. You can only give 2 toys at any time. You can only give, and I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, well, clothes and puzzles and books, there's no cap. And I was like, oh, good, because I already bought a book. And she already, when they told us that they were pregnant, the first thing I said, well, I'm thinking about getting something. She goes, I think I know what you're thinking about getting. And I said, oh, what? And she's like, the Bible, the Little Children's Bible by Kenneth Taylor. And I said, exactly. And she's, and I was telling her they had a red one. Each child had a red one. And I said, they have pink and blue now? Do you want me to get a pink and blue? And she goes, nope, it's got to be red. And I even asked her today, and she said, nope, still got to be red. And I said, do you want one per child, or do you want one for your family? One per child. And so I said, okay. So, but this I will keep here. And so, and if I think about it, I'll go back and get another one. But I don't know, this was such a neat story. It's one of the, it's a neat book, and it's one of those hardback books. So, little ones can play with it, and, and it wasn't expensive. It was $6.98. And it's really a nice quality of book. So I really love that. And then last thing I wanted to share with you about Sam's is we always get our Taco Cabana cards there. We pay $39.99 or $98 for two $25 cards. And then my husband the math guy, has it figured out that our meals are like for the three of us, we can eat there for like $6 and some change for our youngest daughter, my husband, and I. So, and my husband eats a lot. So this is like the best deal ever. So he and we carry these all the time, and I don't feel bad. I eat mainly the quesadillas, the cheese quesadilla personal. And then sometimes I'll get the black beans and tortillas, and then put lots and lots and lots of cilantro and onions and lime, and that's like in a salad bar type setting. So mine is more green than it is tortillas. So anyways, we love, and I know that Taco Cabanas aren't everywhere in the United States, and definitely not around the world. I think it's a San Antonio based company, but I may be wrong on that. But I just want to say, Sam's carries all kinds of gift cards, so go check them out. My husband was like, oh, well, even if we pay $6 something, we're really only paying 4, 4.5, and I'm just like, uh-huh, so good deal. And he's like, yeah, good deal. So, but he's so funny. But so anyways, this is really, really one of those great finds. Now, for the last part of the video, I am going to just quickly say how much I appreciate all of you. We were asked to keep this a secret, so I've had to be very, very quiet. Only a few very, very, very close friends. Literally, I've told 3. And because we had to respect our daughter and son-in-law, he's our son-in-law, yay! So we just love him. But anyways, and they called me today, and she was saying, Mommy, we went to look for children's toys, and we ended up in this children's clothing store, and they're going out of business, and so we bought, these XYZs, and I was talking to her about sizing and what people most likely buy for her, and she was like, oh, well, then I'll take them back and I'll exchange them. And I was like, well, honey, if you really like them, keep them, but, just remember, you're going to have, baby showers and all kinds of stuff. And this friend of mine emailed me today, and she started laughing. She goes, man, you better hurry and get that bridal shower done, because now, or bridal luncheon, because soon you're going to have a baby shower. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. So, it's a blessing to know that they're married. It's a blessing because we love him. When my mom was passing, he was so good to Hannah. And I asked him to drive Hannah. And bless his heart, he was hit in a car on the way when my mom was passing away. And he never said a word. My daughter told me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, we'll take care of whatever happened. And he was like, no, it's all fine. It's no problem. And just very calming, very sweet. And so our family just loves him. He's just a sweetheart. He is adored. There's no doubt. He is absolutely a treasure and a blessing. So we are very, very blessed. We are very blessed. And we couldn't be any more excited for them. And we are even more excited to celebrate their wedding in a place. And there's really no stress now. There'll be stress for it to look nice and, to be what they dream it to be. But I had a sibling that I was talking to yesterday, and they were saying, at your son's wedding, this thing happened, and you just didn't even ruffle. You just kind of just moved right through it. Like it was okay. And I was just like, well, would it have helped if I had lost my cool? And they were like, no, but I don't know how you kept calm. And it was like, because there was nothing I could do to fix it. I just had to do the best thing I knew what to do next. And I don't know that I'm always that way. Probably not at all. And I did admit, I said, look, deep down, yeah, I was mortified that I could have messed something up and caused anybody any stress. But I was really thankful. Does that make sense? That if this is our worst problem, at that wedding, we've really got it easy. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing, and I thank you guys for always praying for me and always being so kind to pray for my family. And I just ask for you to continue to pray for our oldest daughter, her now husband, and now her baby girl that's on the way. And I also ask you to pray for our son and daughter-in-law and our daughter and my husband and myself and my extended family, because we are still transitioning into a new era. And we're doing it without my parents. And people are feeling it. People are feeling it still. And even my husband said, he said as he sets up his office, he's like, so much of my memorabilia is all connected to your dad, and in many ways, my dad loved him like his own son, and my husband loved him like his own dad, and they were so good to each other. So, anyways, long story short, and my husband really respected my dad, and so we're going from this place of, difficulty, stress, struggle, loss, stress, struggle, loss again, and then just the stress and struggle of trying to get everything finished off, and really just exhausting ourselves beyond our abilities. And I'm just so thankful God was so good to us and took care of us. So now we move on to a beautiful wedding, and I'm so thankful. And then we're going to go for a couple more days after for my husband and my youngest daughter and I. And we're just going to enjoy the beautiful Southwest and go pick up another rug for our floor and a few things like that. And matter of fact, I've got to call them and make sure they have a rug in stock. But, we just know that God's in control. So we give him the glory. We give him the praise that he's brought us this far. It's amazing. That I'm alive to tell the story is amazing. And you guys are amazing. So thank you guys. I know this is more of a chat than it is a share, but I wanted to share with you the good things you can find at Sam's. And of course, there's all kinds of wonderful gifts you can find there too. So, alright, my dear sweet friends, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, any and all of that. But most importantly, I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.